At this point, I feel like you are considered
Thank you.
the king of roasting, the queen of roasting.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll take it.
I think that's a great
It's that that
accolade to have. I mean,
think it's a great
roasts like kind of ebbed and flowed a little bit. They were like, so
Yeah.
popular and then they died down. But then this one, I think, is gonna renew it all. And you were like the standout.
And I'm trying to figure out what that like actually means because it's not
Means you're
something
a
I do
mean
all the
bitch.
time. Yeah, like I think so, but like they don't occur often. They're like Olympics. Like they occur enough that like you could.
But they used to not, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah,
pretty,
they used to be a little
the
bit like
Comedy
once
Central
every
roast was
2
like-
years. Yeah, and
Even
this one
even
has
that
been
it was that like
I
that
think it
far
was like
apart?
a year and a half. Sometimes, yeah,
Huh.
but it's
I thought those were like almost a couple times a year.
No, once a year at most. And then, so yeah, I think boy, I've thought about it a lot over this week because I keep getting that moniker of like,
Yeah.
you're the queen of roasting. And like, what does it mean? It just means I am really good at working hard. And
You know what I think it means too? I think you're very observant.
yeah.
Because
And
I think it takes, you have to like think about the other person and put yourself in their, you know what I mean? To
well,
figure
you have
out
to think
the
about the
right
audience
angles.
too. You got to think about
Yeah.
what the audience knows about this person.
Right.
You also have to communicate what you actually feel about this person, which I think is an important thing. Like I think in roasts in the past, I've just been like, whatever the best joke is, just say the
Yeah.
harshest, most crazy joke. Because I looked up to Geraldo and he's just like rapid fire, no. Like he's injecting his own personality into it, but not in the way that I chose to. And I didn't even mean to, but I think on this roast when I watched it back, like you can see me being like, "I'm sorry," like and kind of like laughing along with it. And I'm like, okay, there's where I'm coming into it. Like I
Yeah,
still have the
your own
harsh jokes,
personality,
but like I actually do feel bad, and I think I communicated through it that I'm a nice person with like sick jokes, and I think that's who I am. It's at my core. I'm an empathetic, kind person who's not like just a
Sick fuck.
mean bitch. And like trying to hurt people, like I really
Yeah,
don't like
that's-
that at all.
That's never the intent.
it's-
I feel like people know that.
Yeah,
you know?
but sometimes I look back on some stuff I've said and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
From roast
like,
specifically or just in
yeah,
general?
just like some clips that have appeared. And I never watched my clips, but I think I've had enough distance from some of the roasts that I'm like, oh, this is like a different person, so I can watch
Well,
it.
you were a different person.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, that's how many
Yeah.
years ago now. So it's like,
Yeah.
you would hope that your comedy and you yourself have evolved.
Yeah, you would
You know?
you would hope.
You
But
would
I sometimes look at my
fingers
life and I'm
crossed.
like, I haven't changed all. Like
No, that's not true.
kind of like I maybe looks wise gotten different looking, but like just the way I live, the things I eat, the things I like, the things my bad
that-
habits, like all of it's still
Yes.
spot
Well,
on from
Tiger
10
can't
years
change
ago.
the stripes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
some
I
things
want
are
it
just-
to, though. Like,
I
I
know.
want- I
Trust
wanna
me,
be
I
a-
want new stripes so desperately.
God,
but
I was on a flight yesterday and Hannah Einbinder, from Hacks,
oh yeah.
was on it, and I was going up to the front to ask for a Diet Coke. I had just woken up from just the most disgusting sleep, like drool,
Mm-hmm.
like back pain, like making like noises, and my eye mask is like up here on my eyes, and my hair is like poofed up from it pushing up, and it's like just scraggly. I looked disgusting, and I see her exit from the front of the plane. She's just gone up there to ask for something, and she's like clutching a hot. That's why I got hot tea today, because I'm trying to be like someone that I'm not. Like, and she had like a sweater on that was like over her
Looked all cute and shit.
hand. Like it was right. It went down to here, and she was just like walking back, like sipping it. And the flight attendant was like, "Oh," and like so sweet, and like you could just tell they had this amazing rapport. And she just looked so cozy, like she was walking out on the dock of like to watch the sunrise at like an exclusive resort. She just looked
man.
so amazing, and I was just like, "Can I get a Diet Coke?" And I like chugged it there, like, and I was just like, "That's the difference between us." And I want to be that other girl,
mean-
and I can present that way sometimes
What
with
are
enough
you
help.
talking about? But
I'm just,
so
like,
fucking crazy.
It's-
You're so crazy to think that girl, the way she was getting her
She just
tea
like
on an airplane.
looked graceful and delicate and beautiful and just like confident, and I just seemed like a mess. I'm wearing like 4 different pairs of Taylor Swift merchandise. None of it matches. It all has like hummus stains on it. Like I just am like, that's the kind of person that's like who I am, and that's fine.
Yeah,
that's just like you can't.
But that to me,
Those are my stripes.
is I think it's a very fine line between evolving and growing and like selling out and changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you still want to. I take pride in the fact that I feel like I am pretty much the same person doing this.
Yes.
viewpoints have changed, and some of the things I've gone back on, I'm like, that was wrong, or that wasn't funny.
Yeah.
But I'm still like
The way you treat people.
Yeah, well, definitely that. But even just the way, like, I'm still spitting out brash opinions and taking one side and
Right.
arguing and fighting and being great. Like, that's just how I do this.
Yes.
And I'm at the point where it's like, oh, this is exhausting, but it's just like how.
But that's
I do
how
it,
you do it. Yes.
Yeah, it's just the only way I don't know how to like there are things where I'm like, I don't have to take such a strong stance here against this thing. And I could just middle it and be like, it's pretty good, but it's pretty bad, and put it out there and let the internet.
Feel the pressure too, though, to keep up with what you've done in the past, and like maybe there will be people that say you're softening, and so you.
No, it's not that. It's more like I can't do that. Like, I will feel like a sellout if I'm like, if I know if I hate something, and I'm like, I usually put out a video being like, this.
Yeah.
And if I were to go like, well, but I can understand where some people like it, I would like die.
That's
interesting. Which is, I think, totally childish and stupid. And as I'm getting older, I'm so sick of like having people like fighting people on the internet and having so many people that hate me.
Yeah.
That I'm like, maybe it would be better for like my mental health to just fucking be like, here's the story.
But it would also
be
you covering a part of yourself. And I think that's. I feel the opposite. I feel like as I get older, I am more tapping into like how I just feel about something. Like, stop trying to make it what people want to hear. Like, stop trying to be a comedian that you're like, that who you admire, or emulating someone. And like, when I just am myself and I tap into like what is funny about me, even though it's not even close to as funny as I wish I were, but like, it's always going to be easier just to see like, how do I really feel about this thing? Or I feel like, and I feel that my depression, which is like the thing that holds me back more than anything in life, is like the self-doubt and depression, only really comes on when I have to be fake in any way.
Right, when you're being genuine and doing something you like, or where you're comfortable.
When like, if I have to just be too nice to someone, it's not even about being nice, because I feel like I'm a nice person even if I don't want to be, because I'm just polite. But when I'm being nice to someone because I like want them to like me, or like maybe they have something that they can give me, which we all are guilty of. But I feel like with this little pop I've had from the roast, and suddenly those kind of tables have turned, where those people that I maybe used to have to be like nice to and I didn't really like them, now they want to be friends with me, and it feels nice to be like, I don't have to be nice to you. I don't have to act like what you say is interesting, or be
because you want me now.
Because I'm in a position of power where I don't need you anymore. But it's not even about like finally you came around. Like, I literally was only being nice to you because I felt like you had you were like
an
gatekeeping something from me. And now I don't need you, and it's like it's nice to be able to let that go and not be a dick, but just not, because those are the times where I feel depressed after a night of like kissing someone's ass, or being locked into a conversation where like, Nikki, you didn't even like that person. Why were you talking to them? Because you thought maybe I don't even know. Like, it can be just something that doesn't even exist that I've invented that they could give me or something, and it's not even concrete. Like, I'm not even someone who really is like, oh, I can get this thing, and if I'm friends with this person, they'll put me on this thing. I don't get that from you at all. I really don't have that, but I think it's just subconscious that we all want to be liked, and totally, you know.
But so you feel like this pop you got from this roast was like significant? Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
It's insane.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I will never experience another pop like this unless I start dating Taylor Swift or something, like, because it was. I mean, it was Super Bowl levels of watched. Like, it was almost like, and it was a cultural moment in terms of like, I mean, now we're like a week out from after it's aired, and it's starting to die down. But yesterday I was on a plane, like 3 people were watching it on a plane. Like, everyone watched it. Everyone was talking about it the next day, and it was just like, it was on every show covered it.